29th in attempts, 29th in passing yards, 27th in touchdowns, 19th in net yards per attempt. Wow, that's disgusting. How did this happen? Why are the Niners so bad at passing the ball this year?
Well, they're 186 yards per game, 0.66 touchdowns per game, not even one touchdown per game right now. A big part of it is Kyle Shanahan's choice to be a running team. The other part of it is the quarterback play. We don't know what Trey Lance could have done had he been given the opportunity to pass, but we know that Jimmy's strength has never been. He's not a big passer. He's just not. He's good with the short passes, yard after catch, quick passes. That's what he does. They've never been a powerhouse with the passing game. Last 3 Super Bowl champs, the Rams, Bucks, Chiefs, they all averaged about 290, 300 yards passing yards per game, and they all average roughly 2.5 touchdowns per game just in the passing game. And right now the 49ers are at 0.66. So the Super Bowl champions for the last 3 years averaged 4 times better with touchdowns than the 49ers currently are. I think a lot of this is Kyle, you've mentioned it before. He thinks he's zigging when everyone else is zagging.
Right.
What it looks like to me is a guy that's caught up in the past and needs to. I mean, I know you got Jimmy Garoppolo, but here's my thoughts on Jimmy Garoppolo. We always throw him through the middle. You're safer throwing outside. I mean, that's what we talked about with Jimmy Garoppolo, with Trey Lance. You're safer throwing deep and outside. Even if you get an interception deep, at least it's not right at the line of scrimmage. It's better field position. So he's got to take shots. He's got to learn to trust Jimmy Garoppolo. I know it's hard to do. But part of the reason I think Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't have the statistics that you look at, I mean, look at Matt Stafford. He throws so many damn picks, right? Yeah, I think he has 5 picks and only 4 touchdowns this year. But they're not afraid to let him try, and I wish that's what they would have done with Trey Lance. It's kind of irrelevant at this point. But I think at some point you do have to let these guys try. And he did scheme up some good passes for Jimmy Garoppolo, and he just missed them. So a lot of this is quarterback stuff, but it's also Kyle Shanahan has just kind of focused this whole offense on the run game. What are your thoughts? Why do you think it's like the way it is right now?
Well, it's funny. Like he's so intent on being the number 1 running team in the league when you showed like the teams that win the Super Bowl are the best passing teams in the league. So you're not going to win a Super Bowl this way. It seems like kind of the wrong way to build an offense in 2022. And why is he doing it? I mean, look at McDaniel. McDaniel goes to Miami, and they're not a running team. They're 4th in passing yards per game because that's how you win a Super Bowl. So, yeah, it seems to me like Kyle is kind of stuck doing the wrong thing. And then he doesn't even commit to it. Like, he wants to be a running team. Last week against Denver, they get the ball with 4:10 left, down 1, which is like 4-minute drill. Boom. Okay, run the ball, kill the clock, kick a field goal, get off the field, win. That's it. Doesn't matter about the safety. He calls 5 straight passes. He gets to calls 5 straight passes. The 5th one's picked. Before the 5th play, they're at 1st and 10 at their 48 with 2:13 left. Why are you passing? All you got to do is hand the ball a few times, win the game, and he doesn't do it. So, like, he doesn't even have an identity he sticks to. You want to run the ball, but then when you get to, like the key moment of a big game, repeatedly in the Super Bowl in Atlanta, in the Super Bowl here, it's just like pass, and your passing game isn't great. Like, it's not something you focus on. The scheme isn't that diverse. All of your volume is in the run game. And like his pass game really is like a very vanilla pass game with some gimmick plays thrown in, some shot plays. And it seems like he calls the shot plays in the first half, and then by the 4th quarter, they're all gone. And you got a very vanilla passing game. So is it as simple as passing more? I don't know. I don't know if the playbook supports it. I think Kyle has to really I think we have to analyze Kyle's passing game and his influence on it. Bobby Slowick, that's the pass game coordinator.
What's funny is in the beginning of the game, there were actually a couple deep shots. It was almost like Shanahan bought into the whole let Jimmy cook thing, and
and schemed him up.
He's like, I want to be free. So I think Kyle, he tried, but Jimmy, he just didn't hit him. Like, there's a missed opportunity to Debo that could have gone all the way to the house. Then the one that he did connect with Debo was underthrown, so Debo had to stop. He had like 3 yards on that guy. He might have been gone on that one too. So it's not all on Kyle Shanahan, but it's a lot of it's on Jimmy. He may be, scared to let Jimmy cook, right? But I
That
think
sucks. Maybe they should have got another quarterback then. Maybe they
that's
should give
what it
Brock
comes
Purdy a
back
chance.
to.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
wow.
That's what it comes back to, is like people always say, well, it's just Jimmy. I pulled up. I think the 49ers have acquired like 7 quarterbacks or something like that under Kyle Shanahan, and he's yet to find a passing game out of any of them. And I'm hoping, Trey Lance is still undecided. Even Brock Purdy, you still don't know yet with him. But if you're mad about the quarterback, you got to be mad about Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch in choosing that quarterback. That's just kind of how I look at it.
Look at how they build the team. I mean, the offensive linemen are all bad in pass protection except for the left tackle. They're all run blocking specialists. They don't value pass protection. They don't get it. Their best wide receiver is better at playing running back than playing wide receiver. They spent 3 first-round picks on a quarterback to use him like a running back. There's just no commitment to the passing game here. They want this. This is what they want. And then when the game's on the line and it's like, okay, great, we're a running team. Let's run the ball and win the game. Kyle's like, pass, 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 pass. How do you trust this guy? It's very strange. Very strange. This Kyle Shanahan guy. I don't know.
If you look at what Mike McDaniel did in Miami, he got so much speed. I mean, he brought in He brought in Mostert. He brought in why can't I think of his name?
Tyreek Hill. Got you.
Tyreek Hill. He's bringing in all this speed. Where what did we do? We brought in just the power backs, right?
Guys who can run you over. That's great, man. So guys who get hurt, guys who have a lot of contact, guys who get in a lot of big collisions. Is that what you're saying? Okay, that's great. Man, Kyle really is taking it back to 1972 on this one. When I said that he should be like the Miami Dolphins of 1972, he took it literally. He's like, okay, good. We got this. We're never going to pass this year. Okay. Well, it's so interesting to see Mike McDaniel. They worked together for 18 years, and now he goes to Miami, and you see all the creative differences they must have had, because that's the way he's constructing his offense. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna be the worst passing offense in the league, and I'm gonna take pride in that. Nah, that's not what they're doing in Miami. But that's what the Niners have constructed in year 6.
I haven't done enough research on this, and I don't know if I'll have enough time. But there's always a question of why do the 49ers have so many turnovers? Why do the 49ers have so many injuries? And without doing any research, I don't have any evidence for this, but it just seems to me when I'm thinking about it, if all you're doing is running up the middle and all you're doing is passing in the middle, those 2 things equal turnovers and injuries in general. So I'd be interested to see if that plays out, if my opinion on that actually has factual data. If we were to look at it, maybe I'll do that.
I would think so. I mean, who intercepted Jimmy Garoppolo? A linebacker. Why do linebackers make so many interceptions against the Niners? I mean, I think part of it is the play calling. You keep forcing passes over the middle. What do you expect to happen? And I think what Kyle is doing, he's been calling plays like this for so long, and I think he just basically gets away with blaming his quarterback. Hey, man, he's got to make the throw. And a lot of people have allowed him to do that, but it's like, I don't know, man. It seems like quarterback after quarterback, year after year, is the same issue, and he becomes the common denominator. That's my new name for him. At a certain point, he has to be the common denominator.
Yeah, it seems like it's kind of like the NBA, how everyone went to the 3-point shot, and Kyle Shanahan is still trying to find a center to post up down low when the rest.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. Like his response to the 3-point shot is, we're gonna double down and only go to the low post. That's it. That's all we're doing. It's like, oh my God, and you're a genius. You're a genius. Like, all the analytics say you're wrong, but so many people think that you're great because your dad was Phil Jackson. You're Kyle Jackson. You know what I mean? Like, wow. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep. So, Jed, if you're if things go south with Kyle, I'm not saying they will. You're looking for someone who can improve the passing game. Passing game. They haven't had really one of those guys in a while. Like Chip Kelly, run game guy. Harbaugh, run game guy. Bill Walsh understood about passing, though. He figured that out in 1979. Now it's 2022 that passing is kind of where we're going. Passing, Jed. Kyle, whoever wants to do this.
The whole league's going that way. All the rules are going that way. All the protections are going that way. And not only is it more effective, and not only are the teams that are winning Super Bowls doing that, it's more entertaining. Like, from a fan standpoint, like watching the Dolphins play, watching their offense
is so much fun.
Is so much fun compared to just up to middle. It's just boring. It's a better product. Not only are you going to win, you have more likely a better chance of winning the Super Bowl. You're delivering a better product. Can we freaking pass the ball?
And that's why the rules enable passing, because fans want to watch it. NFL wants to give the fans what they want. Why are you fighting this, Kyle? Why are you fighting this? Because running the ball is dangerous. I mean, it's safe in the sense that you're less likely to turn the ball over when you run it than when you pass it. We're going to talk about that. You got to run the ball this week, bud.
Yeah.
But when you have this philosophy of running the ball like this and having all your playmakers be yak threats, like, man, they're all going to get hurt. And they do. And they do. So you can't, I mean, you're like, oh, well, you know, we would be good if it weren't for injuries. Yeah, but the identity of your team kind of comes with that. So
he's going to have to show his ability to adjust and grow. I think a lot of this has to do with, you know, his dad was a running coach. I mean, he's going to have to adjust and say, you know what, we're going to go a little bit away from our roots. You know, Dad, we're going to have to start passing the ball. We're going to have to figure out a passing game. And that's what they need to do with Trey Lance next year.
Yeah, but though, I think, is it fair to say that a hidden blessing of Trey Lance's gruesome ankle injury is that Kyle will stop running in between the tackles? Like, he won't do that anymore? Even though he said he's going to, it was fair to do. I bet you we won. I bet you we won't.
I really hope so.